Replay loaded?
I went to the pit. I went to the pit.
That's not answering my question.
Yeah, I went to the pit.
Let me know when you guys
and
are ready.
I changed my tires and I forgot to fucking put oil in it. I'm like,
Fuel?
I actually did pretty good.
So I went back. So
7 laps left. I did pretty good.
Hey, we'll talk about that when we start the replay.
Oh my god, I was so pissed.
All right, whenever you get reloaded, let me know.
Mine's already done.
Yeah. Tell me when you're ready to go.
I'm waiting on Rykev.
So my latency's up a little bit right now.
Dude, you did a good. Your car did not jump around.
Nope, it did not.
No, it was pretty good. No
My
one
headset died halfway.
No one was flying off.
I'm gonna. Oh, did it? I'm gonna be honest with you right now.
I threw my headset on the ground.
Nobody. Yeah. Okay. All right. You guys ready? We'll hit play in 3, 2, 1, now. Alright. So, I'll be completely honest with you guys. There was nobody, like, even if I would have raced to that race, I would not have beat Phil. There's no fucking way, because he did not make any big mistakes. He didn't go off the track, nothing. And then once he got a big enough lead, he just managed the race. That was super smart. We'll see what the hell happened here with,
I didn't want any harder.
Oh, Goose kind of fucked up that very first turn.
Yeah.
And he and you have to hit L2 and then up and down, and then after that you just hit up and down.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I fucked up. I was kind of with it in Galaxy for a while. I didn't realize that he had hit me because I saw him beside me. It felt like a hit came from behind. But
no, it was Rykev that hit
where
you.
You will see where I thought I hit Rykev, and then I'm like, oh shit, you know what, fuck. So I just let him through. And I'm like, okay, let him pass through. And then after that, just I started. That was the end of the race for me. That's what I thought. And then I think, you know what? As long as I can just get to 5th place, at least as long as I can just catch up to Jay Bauer or somebody, like I'll be happy.
Yeah, Phil got a huge break on that first lap. Huge break. Like I think you ended up having 4 seconds after the first lap. Or right around there, and then
after the first lap, it was like that was basically the end of the race.
So just look at the fucking distance between me and Riker right now. Like, fuck,
yeah, you were buried. And Rykev, man, credit to that motherfucker again.
Yeah.
Keeps the points battle alive.
Just take it easy, but I didn't want to take it too easy because I saw every once in a while, like Galaxy or Rykev would gain a second. I was like, fuck.
Galaxy and Rykev had a hell of a battle too.
Oh,
Yeah.
Question, Phil,
I honestly. Go ahead.
Before you keep going, how consistent were you with your lap? Were you running like a 110 every single lap?
No, I was just running 111s consistently. 111s,
that would do it.
as my tires got. Yeah, I was consistent 111s. I threw down a couple 110s and a couple 112s. I was running 111s, 111.2s, 111.4s maybe in that range. I'd have to look at the stats.
Yep, like I said, there was nobody beating you this week. Nobody that raced or would have raced would have beat you this week. No fucking way. Just because, like,
First, 10 laps, it was pretty much done.
yeah. And I saw you hit the 110s, like, very early in the race. I'm like, alright, this motherfucker's on it.
Yeah. I saw that too. I was like, I hit a 111.1. That's the first time ever. But I was like, I ain't fucking hitting that again.
And credit to Goose, though, too. Kept it right at 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Made a couple mistakes and it jumped,
all the way
but...
through.
That's where I wiped out. Like, oh lord, fuck. That's where my time went from 7 seconds to 15.
I thought Rykev was going to get Jay Bauer right there, and he went off the track, yeah. I was watching that because you were right behind him.
When I saw it, I was like, oh shit, I can catch up to somebody.
And that was another
then, like,
comeback because you were buried at that point. The lack of having a racing number on your car too.
Oh yeah.
Details from details.
I don't know if it was the same for everyone else, but my car just ate fucking tires on this track, man. Like 10 laps in, I was doing like all the corners at least 5 miles an hour slower.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's how everybody was. Yep.
112 for like the first 10 laps, and after that it was like 130, like high 113. It was so bad.
Which is funny because when I went to the pit stop and I forgot to take fuel, I was like, oh fuck, man. Okay, you know what? Let me get out as quickly as possible. Do one more lap. Still, I got some time on J Bauer. I think I can do 2 pit stops without messing me up.
That's how I know Rykev was flying, because he was a full straightaway behind Galaxy at this point of the race, and then.
Yeah, after my tires got shot, I couldn't
right.
stay ahead of anyone.
Yeah, and then Rykev was a little bit quicker in the pit too, and then ended up coming out in front of you after being like 2 seconds behind you going into the pit.
Yeah, because once my tires were shot, that last corner was so that's where I was losing all my time.
Yeah. I blew that 110.7 on the 3rd lap.
Did you?
I think I got the 111.1 on this lap. Because I saw you hit that, and I was like, motherfucker. I thought about staying out an extra lap to try to catch you, but the tires are so fucked after lap.
Only question is, why can't we be on the track like this during qualifying? Like, it's so nice and safe.
Spread out.
We can all run out of laps.
Yeah.
When we do qualifying times, everyone somehow gets next to each other. It's fun.
Yeah, it's space ourselves, and we're jumping all the time. If we actually spaced ourselves out, it would be proper. Like, one guy says, okay, I'm gone. Then you just go out one at a time, and just let it, 10 seconds.
Let's do this. When we do the next race, we do qualifying times. We should do it depending on who started first, who ended up placements on the last race. So, for example, Phil will go first, then Goose, then Galaxy.
No. You have your qualify times. It's just you just have to know when to go out. You gotta time it proper when you leave out, or let some space open up between you before you take off. If a guy comes past you as you're exiting or entering the course, let them get 10 seconds ahead of you before you start hammering down.
And honestly, on your out lap, you're not setting a time. You could just roll out and let the guy in front of you get a ways ahead of you.
Yeah.
And that's what J Bauer went out with. Oh lord.
Yeah, J Bauer went off the track. Rykev got by him.
Bauer pitted way early again, but he didn't pit 5 times this time. So.
Yeah, he only pitted once.
Pitted twice, did he not?
Did he pit twice?
Pitted twice.
He pitted twice. Yeah, I think he pitted 3 times. Last one.
He like
3 times? I didn't see the first.
I didn't see the first one.
Yeah, I must have missed a couple. I only saw one. I didn't really focus too much on him because he and White Sun were back there by themselves. I know White Sun got by him eventually. Did he? Oh, that's Galaxy made a mistake right there. Fucking Phil and Goose though, you guys just walked.
Yeah, they did. They were gone.
Yeah.
That's what I was most impressed with.
All I had was consistency.
Yeah, and I was super impressed by that because you didn't fuck up hardly at all.
Yeah.
First 5 of the 6 laps, you were fucking 111s, 110s.
I think I screwed up maybe a few times, but by that point I was just going on autopilot. My neck was hurting. I was like, oh, I'm not even taking this race. There was so much cars in the race, but I was just like scratching my nose, not even looking at the screen, just keeping the throttle in. I'm like, all right.
Oh, you were running really fast up there in front of Motorcade for a little bit.
I was doing it because I was racing myself thinking, you know what, let me see if I can actually keep up with his pace. And then after one point I was like, you know what, this is taking a lot of me, let me just let him pass through.
Well, he was catching you, and you made the right move by letting him by because he was right behind you at that point. But like when you were up a little ways ahead of him, that's fine. Just keep running your race. But when he gets when the leaders close in on you, you do exactly what you did. That was perfect.
I was gonna beat him. When I was against Phil, I think I was running my fastest lap, which was 112. I was like, it was still 1 second way too slow for him.
You'd also noticed I was flashing you. I was just showing you that I was on your side, just in case you had seen the lights on my car. Because my mic had gone out, I couldn't say to you that I was there.
No, I saw you.
So I was just hoping that you'd notice me. Yeah.
No, I saw the minute I saw that get out from the pit, and I saw that Phil was behind. oh shit, this motherfucker is about to fucking black me. No way, I'm
That's
not
where
gonna
White Sun got by Bauer.
And then I said, okay, you know what? By this point, I'm too tired. My neck is hurting. He's gaining up on me. You know what? Let him go. I don't care. As long
I won't
as
lie, I
Goose
spent a
doesn't
good.
fucking lap me, I'm okay.
I spent a good portion of the race watching Raikkonen because he was just slowly chipping away at Galaxy.
Yeah.
And
Goes
then,
Bauer again.
yeah, yeah, I saw that.
Go kill him. Go fucking kill him.
You did though. You were slowly whittling it down, and then, like I said, you got up to about 2 seconds. But going into the pit, and then I don't know, you must have taken less fuel than Galaxy did. And... oh yeah.
Actually, it's funny because if you look at Goose and I, he was exactly the same pace. Was the out lap, was the start lap.
Yeah.
There's 3 seconds there because he started running. He was running pretty much all the way through high 111s, and I was running mid 111s, and then I started dropping into the 112s. I had the 110, so it was that the first 10 laps were super tight. If you think about it.
No, you guys were staying within 5 seconds of each other, right? Goose chipped it down to under 5 a couple times. You bring it back up, and then. Actually, for a few laps there, Goose was actually catching you. Because you had it up to almost 6 at one point, and then Goose was just chopping it down, and then I was like, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And I think Goose made a mistake or something.
I think I've seen it as low as 4.4 or 4.3.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I think somewhere in that range.
Then after I think I got close, I fucked up on the first turn, I think.
Yeah, I think you did a couple times.
Yeah.
But towards the end of the race, though, you knew you were too far back and you weren't really pushing it that hard.
No,
I was like,
actually,
man.
that almost hurt me on the last lap because I was going too slow through that big sweeping turn and I almost oversteered. Fucked myself up.
Yeah, you're like, I got a 16-second lead over Raikkonen. I don't need to push it that hard. I gotta give Raikkonen credit though. Like I said, he came back and got third and fucking kept himself in the point fight. So.
Yep.
They got progressively harder with all those cones all over the place.
Next week is Nürburgring GP.
Oh lord. No, but look at this, man. Like, Goose is running a consistent 111, 112. Galaxy is just all over the place at 113, 112, 116, 112. But Raikkonen is like 12, 12, 12, 12, 12, 12,
Yeah.
12, 12. Fuck, man. This guy's just chipping away at all Galaxy.
Actually,
Galaxy must have been like,
look,
oh shit,
looking at the
getting
times.
on me. What the fuck was I doing?
I give White some credit too because he's running roughly the same times that Galaxy was putting out.
Mm-hmm. Just had those
you look at
first
those
2
times,
laps were horrible.
Yeah. As White Sun settled in,
Mm-hmm.
it looked good.
I'd say for
Again,
for the current stretch, he was actually running faster than Galaxy through that stretch, the lap 3 through 9.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
So
I think that final part, right before the straight, everyone was faster through that than I was.
oh, that big sweeper, and there you went off the track there.
Everyone was faster than me through that spot.
Yeah, that helped Raikkonen a lot.
The only part that I was faster than people at was right after that uphill chicane, like when you go down. That's the only spot I could take faster than everyone else.
Yeah.
I was trying my best to take that downhill section
Yeah.
like fast because like my front left tire had little to no wear, but like the other 3 were just dead. Like they were ripped red.
Yeah, this is where I pit it and I go, oh fuck, I didn't put any fuel, so I went back, did one more lap and pit it again. That's so fucking stupid, man.
After I saw like the big gaps, I was like, it's not even a point in pushing. Just gonna try to stay safe at this point. 'Cause I
Jay
don't
Bauer
wanna-
hasn't pit yet though. That's.
No, he hasn't.
I think he only pits twice. No,
I
he
don't know.
only pit twice.
I don't know where you guys are at right now, but I'm Phil's lap 12. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm 13:33, 13:34.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm 13:48, but same thing.
Well, you're a few seconds ahead of me, but no big deal.
Did JD really pit twice then?
Yeah. Well, we did a fucking race the other day, and he pitted like 3 times.
Man likes his fresh tires.
And that's what he said. He's like, I like fresh tires. I'm like, yeah, so do we. But you pit that many times, you lose way too much time.
If like, even if you're running one,
debating if I was gonna pick the next one.
Oh yeah.
I mean, like
running a 14th lap.
I normally pit this lap. Coming out right now, I would have normally pit here.
Right.
And I decided to go one more. Well, that was the thing. I figured you were going. Yeah, you were gonna go one more. So I was like.
And when I saw you pit at the same time, I was like, shit, stay out to 14 and risk fucking up a lot. Because come lap 14, those tires are pretty much gone.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, this fucking Rycav Galaxy thing, man, I spent a lot of time just watching that.
Well, I mean, me and Phil pulled away.
That's where the race was.
Yeah, that's where the race was. Yeah. You guys were gone. I watched Goose for a while at the beginning when he was chipping away at you. And then Yeah, Goose, you started fucking up a few times, and it's just... Then you held it together. I'm impressed. That's what impressed me the most, is when you started fucking up, you didn't fuck up a lot, and you didn't fuck up big enough to lose a fuck ton of time.
Yeah. And I think that's the key with this race. It's that we ended up being so far apart between the leader, the middle of the pack, and the end of the pack that there was no tension. There was no intensity between the drivers, at least between Goose and Cade and me and Bauer. The only intensity you could see was between Galaxy and Rykav. And even then, it's like, the minute one of them made a mistake, it was gone. Forget it. One was going to take the lead.
Well, Rykav actually passed him in the pit. He was 2 seconds behind right now going into the pit. And then Rykav got out just in front of him.
So he didn't have to throw up as much. I had like, I think 4 or 5 laps left in the tank when I went in, so I only had to pit 6 laps.
I wasn't gonna pit, but the thing is, I made a mistake going into the
first time.
Turn away. I was like, oh, okay, so it's just letting me straight into the pit. I was like, okay,
I had Rykav, I think, had like 1 or 2 more laps of fuel left, but like more than I did.
Yeah, probably because he got out of the pit right in front of you, like.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because you guys were this close for like 2 laps, and just right next to each other. It was fucking awesome.
It's hard. It's hard taking these turns with the fucking slipstream.
I'm not gonna.
Well, you guys were close for longer than that, but you guys were within a second for like 2 straight laps.
I was afraid to even try to push to catch up to him because I'm like, I'd rather just stay behind him and be consistent than try to push it and go flying right off the last corner.
Yeah.
See, and this is where this is where you see it. Like, I pitted in, I got no fuel, and then I go, because I pressed the fucking X by mistake. I'm like, oh shit.
No fuel, I don't need it.
No, my strategy was supposed to be like pit in once, fuel up, and then just keep going in the entire end of the race. Like,
well, that's everybody's strategy. Only pit once. Nobody wanted to pit twice.
I don't even know if I had half a lap of fuel left.
I feel like if we were running hards for this, I'm pretty sure someone would have popped their fuel up to like 3 or 4 and not.
That's why I make it. Honestly, that's why I make it mandatory softs. So you have to pit.
If we were running hard, I'm pretty sure everyone would like try to go for no pitting.
I would.
Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure you guys could, no problem. Especially since
that's my second pit, and that's where I put my fuel, and then took off. At that point, there was what, 35 seconds left between me and Galaxy.
I have no idea, but I know these guys, just like I said, this is the second lap of this, and they're still right on top of each other.
That's where fucking I see Galaxy. I see Phil behind me, like, oh fuck. You had to put me right there with this motherfucker, right?
I was hoping he'd get slowed down going into lap traffic, but it didn't happen.
Yeah, when I passed Bauer, or when I passed Jay Bauer originally, I was like, okay, I got past Bauer, and then I realized next is White Sun, and I'm like, oh. Okay.
I'm not gonna. I won't lie. Yeah. I was like, oh man, this could be bad right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I figured Bauer was gonna put it into there because he'll get a little bit, you know,
Nervous.
antsy. And then I was like, okay, yeah. And I'm like, okay, I'm sure White Sun will move, but I'm not too sure. So I got back to you.
White Sun's like, payback for round 3, bitch.
Yep. I wanted to do it so badly. I have no idea. I wanted to like.